Check this out, guys. Breaking news: IRS says that many state rebates are not taxable at the federal level. We have got this latest update. IRS, they are basically saying that these 14 states will not be taxable at the federal level. So that's a good news for these 14 states. Now, if you have been following our channel, we have made a video previously IRS telling millions of Americans to hold up on your filing on your taxes. Previously, they have announced the list of states. These are more than 20 states which have authorized some sort of a tax rebate last year, some sort of a stimulus check. And you know what? IRS said that if you are falling among these important states, if you are a resident from these states, then you might need to hold up on your taxes. Do not file urgently, because IRS is still confused about whether to tax the stimulus check on federal level or at the state level. So that's the reason why IRS told millions of Americans to hold up on filing on your IRS taxes. But looks like that confusion is now over, and IRS is basically saying these states rebates are not taxable at the federal level. So you don't have to worry about it. You can file if you are falling among these important states. Californians may still face filing challenges. Remember, any sort of mistakes in your tax returns could cause lots of delays in your tax refunds, so be sure to aware about this important change. Now the tax season is already on to the rise, and this video is gonna be very important if you are living in these states. Don't wait, guys. You can file your taxes without any worries. Today we are going to talk about the latest information, latest guidance received from the IRS regarding the state rebates for the taxpayers, and this is why IRS was urging taxpayers to delay filing on their taxes this year. This caused much uncertainty in the economy and the tax system. Although it was very important to understand the latest developments and what it actually means for you. Alright guys, so before we deep dive into all the important details, be sure to subscribe to our channel. How to, guys? We turn on all the bell notification, statewide stimulus, PBT, SNAP emergency allotment. We have got all things covered right here into our channel. Be sure to check this out. And if you are falling among these 50 states, that do check out the stimulus check update, where we have covered 50 states sending out some sort of a stimulus. And guys, without further ado, let's jump right into all the details. Alright guys, as per the latest report that we have received just few days ago, IRS was urging taxpayers to delay their filing taxes this year. However, this is due to the complexity of the nature of the state tax rebates. The need for the IRS to process the rebates accurately and efficiently becomes very important. That's why IRS has stated that it will take some time to process the rebates, and the taxpayers should wait until the process is complete before filing on their taxes, because IRS was confused previously. Now honestly speaking, delaying your tax filing may seem like a hassle, but it can actually have several benefits. First of all, it can give you more time to gather all of your necessary information, documents needed for filing your taxes, so you can file accurately, and this will help you avoid any sort of errors and potential issues with the IRS down on the line. Additionally, waiting for the rebates to be processed can help you to get a clearer picture of your financial situation and how the rebates will impact your taxes, and this can help you make more informed decision when it comes down to your finances and can help you to get most out of the rebates. Alright, so let's check it out. So IRS on Friday issued a federal tax guidance for millions of Americans who received state tax rebates or payments in 2022. Now remember, these payments could be tax rebates, the state tax rebates, whether it's a MCTR payment in California, and you know many states have sent various sorts of rebates in the 2022. So the announcement came about a week after the agency had urged those taxpayers to hold up on their filing while they determine if the funds are taxable onto the federal level or not. So in a statement, IRS has determined that interest of the sound tax administration and other factors, taxpayers in many states will need to report these payments onto their 2022 tax returns. So here is the thing, guys, they have determined that taxpayers may have to disclose these payments on their 2022 tax returns, and that was the previous update. Now speaking of the latest update that we have just received, well, IRS said that taxpayers here in the California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Idaho, Hawaii, Illinois, Indiana, Maine, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, Oregon, here in the Pennsylvania and Rhode Island payment won't need to report these payments onto their federal tax returns. Now, some Alaska taxpayers may also avoid federal levies on certain payments, so that's one. Also, most importantly, right here, taxpayers in the Georgia, Massachusetts, South Carolina, and Virginia may also skip the federal tax reporting for some of the payments. Now, remember guys, you have to take a look at your particular details, but people in these states can also skip on their federal tax reporting. But remember that eligibility may hinge on other factors such as your previous tax filings and some other factors as well. Now, Californians may still face filing challenges because this is the right ruling by IRS, and it's unfair to punish taxpayers this late in the game if they were going to be changing anything. However, there may be many challenges for California taxpayers because the state already issued them 1099 misc forms for the payments for more than $600, which reported the state's middle class tax refund as a taxable payment to the IRS. More than 16.5 million California taxpayers have received the payment according to the state's franchise tax board, and overall 13.6 million residents benefited, including taxpayers and their dependents. And the state of California really did everyone a disservice by issuing 1099 misc forms as per one of the experts, and if the state doesn't amend the reissuance of those forms to the IRS, then it may cause a mismatch when California taxpayers file their federal tax returns, and typically a mismatch between tax forms and returns triggers automated notices. So if you don't follow their guidelines and yet let's say according to their understanding you do a mistake, they simply detect a mismatch when it comes down to those tax returns, and those California taxpayers filing their federal tax returns, if IRS finds a mismatch, then IRS system is pretty much automatically and it will trigger automatic notices that you may receive, and ultimately this may delay your refunds or require taxpayers to contact the IRS in order to resolve this problem. So this is how complicated the things are getting, guys. IRS has pretty much has made this system pretty much complicated. Clearly it's not just the IRS, but we are talking about the state of California. Since they have issued those 1099 misc forms, these forms are causing much of the chaos. Now when it comes down to those important states who are out of this trouble, well, we are talking about Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Idaho, Hawaii, Illinois, Indiana, Maine, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, and Oregon, Pennsylvania, and Rhode Island. Now remember guys, these states won't need to report their payments. So if you are among these important states, then you won't need to report your payments, the stimulus payment, on your federal tax returns. Also, some Alaska taxpayers may also avoid federal levies on certain payments. Picking up the taxpayers in Georgia, Massachusetts, South Carolina, and Virginia may skip federal tax reporting for some of the payment. But a word of a warning, word of a caution guys, before you skip on disclosing on those stimulus payment in your tax returns, be sure you check it out. Just do a simple little Google search so that any sort of errors will not happen in your tax returns. Remember, any sort of mistakes in your tax returns could cause lots of delays in your tax refunds, so be sure to aware about this important change. I hope you found this video helpful. Make sure to hit that like, share this video, subscribe to our channel How To Guys, and turn on all the bell notification. And this is Kedar from How To Guys signing out.